This world is getting freaking insane because the AI is just continuing to settle, which is something that I liked about the whole, like the fact that we play on Deity. We kind of play this European map mode out on Deity because the AI just does not stop expanding. And clearly we're seeing that. Usually in lower difficulties, the AI stops expanding by turn 100, but no, this is absolutely not the case in terms of this campaign. And I think we all know the best example for that statement is got to be the Ottomans. I cannot believe the Ottoman expansion, and they've got the biggest military in the world as well. And let's not forget, they also have the Great Wall. So not only do they have the biggest military in the world, and not only do they have the most control over land in this world, but there's no one that's going to be even close to taking their cities because they have the freaking Great Wall. They're going to have to take one tile per movement within their region. Oh my gosh, the Ottomans are terrifying. I'm not even playing in this game, but I'm scared. I don't know why. Like, it's kind of hard to kind of I don't know, unlink my brain the fact that I'm playing in this game. But for some reason, I just feel like I am, and I'm just terrified of the Ottomans. If I was playing in this game, I would be absolutely terrified of the Ottomans right now. Just so scared. Babylon does not stand a chance. No one stands a chance. Specifically, though, Arabia and Babylon. That's the only two civs that really are in like immediate danger. Not so much Greece right now because, fortunately enough for Alexander, the Ottomans decided not to settle and try to settle coastal cities within the Black Sea or the eastern part of the Mediterranean. So, I guess, I mean, that's really good for Greece, but Greece has a whole bunch of other issues to have to deal with on their own, so it's not that big of a deal. Yeah, so, I mean, Greece still has to kind of focus in on so many other issues going on within this world. So, yeah, it looks like Elizabeth is going to lose one of her last composite bowmen, and this might be the opportunity, once again, for the Celts. I keep pushing it, but it doesn't look like the Celts want anything to do with that. Because, I mean, usually, I've noticed that when the AI wants to go to war with somebody else, whether it's another AI or if it's a human player, they begin to stack their borders. Although, we might have seen Elizabeth, I mean, we wouldn't have seen it, but maybe Elizabeth went up to her and said, hey, please remove your, troops from my borders or else I'm going to be pretty pissed off. At this point, it doesn't really matter. Where are the trade routes going? So we have one trade route going to the Celts, another trade route going over towards the Netherlands. And we have wow, look at this freaking Roman scout going way over there. Portugal is also going to settle 2 more cities in northern Africa. We're starting to see Europeans start to colonize Africa. At least so far, it's been Rome. And it looks like we're going to see Portugal do that same thing as well. Those will probably be the 2 biggest ones. Maybe Spain. Spain as well. Carthage and Venice. Wow, so Venice has made pretty much friends with the entire world. Venice got their 3rd city in the last video, which is pretty incredible. But Venice has got a lot to worry about in between Austria, Rome, and Greece. All they can really do is continue to steal away other city-states. I mean, that's really, at the moment, all they can do is to steal away. Oh my gosh, it just happened. Venice and Austria just went to war. So, I mean, this is going to be interesting because once again, it opens up the opportunity for that chain reaction to break out throughout the European lands, I guess. It was a little bit different when Elizabeth declared war on Napoleon, only because there aren't that many nations bordering those 2 civs. But this is something completely different because there are a lot of civs around both Venice and Austria that are licking their chops at the opportunity of grabbing a few more cities, especially someone like Rome. Well, maybe not Rome. Well, yeah, I guess Rome, but I'm sure Augustus still realizes the potential of more land in northern Africa. I've got to think that maybe Germany could jump on this, although he doesn't have an immediate border with Austria. Maybe somewhere just east of Frankfurt he could go and attack Vienna, but that would be pretty hard for the AI to navigate because the AI hates to go through city-state territory. So I don't think we're going to see much of a reaction from Greece. I think the key would be that if Venice loses enough units, we would see Poland jump in after Vienna. And If Austria loses a lot of units in the war with Venice, then we might see Poland come in after Venice, Poland after Austria, And at that point, things could really go bad, and that would be the moment where I think Poland would sweep through Europe, all of Europe, except for Scandinavia. I think both Denmark and Sweden are going to stay safe. I think they actually might even stay friendly, and I don't think anyone's going to have a chance at taking out these two civs, just because they're in their own region and they're practically in their own island. Even though it's not how the real world works, in this map, the AI is not going to do very well when trying to attack from sea to land. So, yeah, as we saw, Elizabeth made peace with France, so that was absolutely useless, and it looks like the Celts are too scared to go to war. So are the Netherlands. The Netherlands are friendly. I guess that shouldn't be too much of a surprise. Also, the Netherlands have practically no military, so not that big of a surprise. This is going to be a very interesting war because, you know what, I actually think Venice has enough troops to be able to withstand an Austrian offensive. We might be able to see that. Venice, I think, will be able to stand up to the Austrians. We will see, and again, it really is going to be interesting to see how Poland as well gets affected by this. Although Poland might be really kind of concerned only with spreading Judaism, I've noticed that a lot of these civs that aren't going to war, that have a very good opportunity of taking a few cities, I believe aren't going to war because of their efforts in spreading their religion. I think that the AI realizes the fact that, well, I mean, I can't go to war because I'm trying to spread my religion, and, you know, I might not be able to spread it as far and as fast if I'm at war with, I don't know, someone that we need to get through, someplace that we need to get through. That's my guess, I guess. Where the hell is Venice getting its... Oh, I was going to say, okay, I was wondering where Venice is getting its iron from. I saw the amount of swordsmen and, well, I guess catapults as well. But yeah, I mean, catapults don't use iron. I'm blanking out right there, right? Yeah, no, I think, I can't remember if trebuchets, no, just, no, they don't. I don't think. Now, I'm smoking crack. I cannot remember. Wow. I know if I was playing, I just cannot remember right now. How is the tension going on between the East Ottomans, the Eastern Ottoman region? Now, you know what? The Ottomans do need to be kind of careful. Well, not really, because even if Babylon does decide to take one of these smaller cities away, wow, another freaking city. When are you going to stop, Solomon? When are you going to stop? And you know, Solomon is actually, I bet you anything, he's going to have a massive navy just right here chilling in the sea for no reason. I'm willing to bet that that's probably going to be the case. And I'm wondering if any sea states are going to have an impact on this game. But yeah, no, I can tell you right now, Austria is not going to take any Venetian cities. There's no way. I seriously doubt it. Well, that's fine. I mean, that's not bad. I kind of got to root for Venice here, only because Venice is such an underdog. I put them in this game because I figured they were going to be the most underdog. It's hard not to root for them. Venice is like the number one, underdog. And you know what? I think they're going to survive against Rome. Maybe towards the later ends of this game, Rome could take them out. But I think they might actually end up surviving, only because Venice is in a good location. It's hidden right behind a river. And depending on if Milan gets taken by another Civ alliance, because right now Milan is allied to Rome, and that is very bad for Venice. But more than likely, I think that city-state's going to get stolen away from somebody at some point. So yeah, they're just going to throw they're going to throw around units. I think, you know what could happen, though? I think also Greece could pick up on the chance and go to war and attack Ragusa and Belgrade from the south. I think we could definitely see that opportunity here. Prague is also allied to Greece, but I don't think Prague is... Well, I mean, if Greece wanted to go to war with Austria, Prague would kind of have a significant impact on that. That would be a pretty significant impact. Looks like also a few other nations entered the Renaissance era, I believe. Yeah, it looks like it. I mean, I know that that's the case. There's no way AIs are going to the industrial era at the moment. Oh, okay, there we go. Had to restart my mouse there for a second. Okay, so Babylon has gotten up the Forbidden Palace. What does that mean? That's good because it's blocking off somebody like Greece from getting at the Forbidden Palace, who's already, well, I mean, I guess it doesn't matter that much, but with Nebuchadnezzar getting the Forbidden Palace, and more than likely going to be able to propose the first world's, I guess the first, wait a second, are they going to ask me? They actually might ask me to do the next proposal. That would be interesting because that would have an impact on this world. Nebuchadnezzar, more than likely, because he got the Forbidden Palace, it means that he's going to definitely be able to vote and propose something in the first World Congress, and we can assume he's probably going to try to pass the Great Scientist proposal, the boost to science and stuff like that. Oh my gosh. And it looks like the Ottomans are actually going to get a coastal Black Sea city going on. Insane. Quite a few janissaries are kind of rising up throughout the empire as well, and wow, I didn't even realize that most of the Ottoman territory has actually fallen to Confucianism. Wow. Just now is Egypt. I think we all know Egypt has the #1 religion in this game, but the problem is there's not a lot of cities around this area, as well as Buddhism from Arabia has, obviously is spawned up right next to Islam. So Islam is not having the best bet here. I can't even believe that Spain and France are still at war. Wow. Why? That's crazy. Spain obviously has a bunch of conquistadors. No, conquistador. Yeah, conquistador. A bunch of those. I mean, those are really good units for defense, but they're not really going to do much on the offensive, at least. If anything, right now, Portugal would have a pretty interesting opportunity to go for an offensive war. Oh, Kiev has got a new ally. Must be with Venice, right? Yep, it is. They replaced... So Kiev isn't really... Actually, you know what? They might in terms of Graz here, but I don't think Kiev is going to send any sort of... I mean, if they do, they probably could take this Austrian city. I don't think that they're going to do that. Oh, also Greece. Whoa. Didn't even realize Greece has picked up a few more of these North Black Sea cities. Wow. Yeah, geez. I mean, it's sometimes it's just hard to keep up with the AI continuing to expand. And Russia has her first, her fourth city finally up. She just settled this one. She needed that. I don't think she was going to survive between these very expansive other AIs. If they were to surround her, as we can see, Poland has gotten up a northern city, and they're beginning to surround her. The Ottomans, I think, will surround her. Also, there's a German scout who might be going after this marble at some point. This marble and this access to 6 iron. Wow. Yeah, that could totally be a thing. Solomon has actually passed up the #1 slot in terms of points. Barely. Only by 10 points. Well, actually, 11 points now. But he passed up Poland. And I imagine it's just the pure amount of cities is what's giving him all of his power. You know what? I think predictions have got to change. I can't imagine that... I just can't imagine that Babylon is still going to win this game. With the unbelievable force that the Ottomans have right now, I just cannot see Babylon winning this. There's no way anymore. And you know what? I can't even really see Egypt winning this either. Because Egypt's just not doing that well. They haven't got that many wonders up. Their religion is pretty mediocre. Yeah, they've got a lot of faith, but what is that going to really do for them? I mean, I can't recall exactly the beliefs they chose to go down, but yeah, I mean, this changes really a whole lot. This really changes a whole lot with the unbelievable superpower of the Ottomans. They clearly are the only superpower in this world, and I don't exactly know who can step up and stop them. Rome has the chance because Rome has a really massive army, but they've got to become more expansive. If Rome wants to begin to do some shit, first of all, they've got to go to war with Carthage. They got to start taking more northern African cities, whether that's by settling or by capturing from Carthage. At some point, I'd like to see them go to war with Venice, but I don't think that's going to happen until the very end. And you know what? Actually, Rome does have up 2 more settlers. Oh, 3. 3 settlers in total. Wow, yeah, three settlers in total. Surprised that no one has chosen to go right here and settle right in between the what is this? The Alps and French lands. Pretty surprising. Sweden has gotten up. Actually, you know what? No, I think that the borders have just grown. But I thought maybe these these cities had gotten up a little bit more. It looks like Germany's also going to settle another city, maybe blocking off the Scandinavian civs. We probably will see that. I don't think we're going to see any sort of expansion anywhere else, unless, of course, Sweden or Denmark kind of squeeze through borders and kind of go and try to grab something over here, which is definitely a possibility. We've seen that from Denmark. Obviously, they will not stop that. Napoleon is actually last in the world now in terms of score, and then it's Venice. Then poor Harold. Surprisingly, Harold. Why Harold? He's doing pretty good. He's got a lot of. He has a lot of cities up, which is pretty interesting. Top 5. We got Solomon, Kashmir, Ramses, Arabia. Arabia looks like they might have gained a slot, I believe, and then Spain. Nebuchadnezzar is still holding down that 6th spot. Morocco, on the other hand, is continuing to kind of advance inward towards the Sahara Desert. He's going to pick up some spices, some salts, and some iron. Wow. Oh, a lot of salts. Well, that's a pretty good location. Although it would have been a little bit better on the river. He's going to have a lot of trouble growing. He actually has about no growth unless he reaches out for this oasis, but that will take quite a long time because I'm sure he's going to try to reach the incense, the other salt, and the iron as well before he does anything like that. I guess he could use these tiles here on this river, but I don't know if that's the right idea. So Portugal did settle her first city in northern Africa, and we have another Portuguese city, more than likely another Portuguese settler going to settle somewhere just a little bit inland towards the Sahara Desert. Once again, this war is still going on. Germany and Poland are now friends. Whoa. That is huge. That means that Austria is not in a good spot because you're now in between people that really don't like you. First of all, you went to war with Venice. Venice is not going to like you for quite a long time. More than likely, although Venice is a pretty nice dude. He does kind of forgive, I think, pretty easily, so we could see something like that happen. But with the power of Poland and the weakness of Austria, and only their military is only going to get weaker and weaker as they continue this war for almost no reason for Venetian cities, we might see Poland go to war with Austria, and you know what? Germany might go to war for Salzburg. We might see Berlin try to make an offensive attack. However, I think that there's a big struggle going on in terms of science in a lot of the European nations. These units seem really outdated. And maybe I'll retract that statement, and maybe their science might not be outdated. They probably are keeping up in science, but they're not updating their troops. They're not keeping the most up-to-date forces out there in their military, which is their biggest problem. Rome is, however, which means Rome's is pretty powerful. Look at all those trebuchets. That's quite a few trebuchets. But I just don't think the AI really exactly knows where it wants to settle. It's having a lot of trouble in exactly where it wants to settle. Once again, you know what? I don't know. You know, the Ottomans actually might be going for Babylon territory. Yep, and look, at Babylon has settled another city. So they're kind of getting up a straight old line going up here to the Black Sea. Any other cities that it looks like that only has like about 1 population left? Nope, but we're running out of land very quick. Well, at least in Europe and Western Russia, we're running out of land. There is still quite a bit of land in the central part of the Arabian Peninsula, and obviously mainly in Africa, which I don't think most civs know about yet, except for the other African nations, of course, like Morocco, Egypt, Arabia, Babylon. Oh, Babylon is not African, but yeah. Wait a second. Poland and Austria have made a declaration of friendship. Why did you do that, Poland? So maybe we won't see a war break out. Yeah, so Poland has made a friendship with Germany, Russia, Austria, the Netherlands, and Venice. That is a very weird choice for them to do. Not exactly sure why they did that. Trade routes. I don't think this is in-depth enough for us to look at. But, I mean, it could be interesting towards the later ends of the game. Is anyone feeling afraid? Venice is afraid of Germany, as they should be. I'm sorry, Venice is afraid of Greece, as they should be. The Greek Empire is very strong. Alexander controls a pretty big military. Seems about right. Anybody that's hostile, I'm sure. Venice does not like Austria, and vice versa. And, of course, yeah, France and Spain, they don't like each other either. Guarded. Poland feels guarded towards Denmark. Oh, no, that's the other way around. Denmark feels guarded towards Poland. That's about right. Sweden feels... Oh, Denmark, you're scared of 2 people. You're scared of both Sweden and Poland. Okay. Well, I mean, I guess it makes sense. Your score is pretty low, but hey, you've been doing a great job for yourself, Harold. I'm pretty proud of you. There's a few civs that I'm really, really proud of. Germany and Poland made a declaration of friendship, and so has Austria and Poland. That's really weird. So maybe we won't see that Polish war break out. Poland might not be going to war with anybody because they're friends with just about everybody, except for Greece. I don't think we saw Poland and Greece. I don't think we saw a declaration of an alliance between those two civs in that notification of the info addicts. So maybe. Right now, I mean, Poland is strong, and I think Poland's strong, but I think that Poland has is one of the only civs in this world that can really stop the Ottomans right now. If Carthage continued to settle, maybe she could. Over the break, I'm going to go ahead and double check on the whole military aspect of the game because I'm really interested to see exactly who was the #1 military in the world. I do kind of want to see that, and as we can see, this is just a complete stalemate. This isn't going to go either way, I don't think. But these city-states are very, very interesting. I mean, they can tip the balance of power easily, depending on if Venice or Austria, both AIs that are geared towards city-state friendship and city-state influence. If any of those two city-states fall, then to one of those two civs, we could see kind of a tipping in this war. And right now, it's kind of a seesaw battle. Going back and forth, and they're just going to continue to just push faces into each other until they're both out of units. But if city-states start to drop into one of their names, whether it's Austria or Venice, then maybe we'll see something. Although there is quite a bit of space in between these two nations, so maybe not. That actually might not be the case, but we will see. Prague actually could be very interesting. It's got a good location to fight against Austria because, well, I mean, right now, all of their military, all the Austrian military is just south of Vienna. The north is looking very weak right now, obviously, because, I mean, they're going all for Belgrade, Ragusa, Venice. Seems about right. And, unfortunately, I think this war has actually stopped a lot of the Venetian expansion. As we can see, this great merchant is still within the Venice capital, so I don't think he's going to be moving around anymore. Let's not forget about the one true winner here, Florence. Definitely gonna win this game. Promise. I promise. I'm gonna bet I'm gonna bet everything on that. Florence gonna win this game. Anyways, guys, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you guys next time.